Hello, gamers. Uncle Weasel. What kind of a name is that? Alright, Hop machine. Let me just take a quick little... Yeah, I knew it. That's new raffle furniture. Alright, I'm happy that we won. I was not sure how that would play out, because I did not have super long fish. Delete that. Delete it. Wonderful. Wonderful. That means we only need 2 more raffle items. Kinda nuts, honestly. So we did find that, wasn't anything new. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have the pop machine. Let me actually mark that off on my spreadsheet before I forget. Scroll all the way down there. Pop machine. Okay, I'm very happy about that. I mean, why wouldn't I be? That's literally what I'm going for. That's what it's all about right now, you know? Like, considering every time I've gotten something new from the fishing tourney, I spent a long time trying to do that yesterday. It was a pain. It was like 30-40 minutes of me just trying to catch fish, and I couldn't get anything. I gave in 11 fish, and the best I got was 24 inches, and 27's the max. So I wasn't sure if I would win. So I'm quite happy to find out that I've won, and that I also got a new raffle item. Again, sale days at the end of the month, basically. And I'm hoping I can get every red item during that. So if we can get the raffle items rather than the red items, we are in a very good spot. Because now we only need 2 more. You would think that I could actually, if I won the next 2. Like, if I won the next 2 and it gave me raffle items, I would literally have all the raffle items. And I could sell all my raffle tickets. And life would be beautiful. And my house would be empty. So I'm just selling off the apples and peaches because, again, I don't need them. I really only need the cherries out, and it's better if I do this. Technically, I have more room to drop things. Not that these are like prime places to drop things, but it could come in handy. Also, like, I still don't know about this E-acre thing. You know, like, there's something somewhere supposedly, but I have not seen it. So I don't know when I'm going to find that. I'm a little concerned. Anyway, it does not look like Gulliver is here today, so that's fine. Gracie should be here tomorrow, and we got a couple things we can sell here. Is this money? Why money? How did this... Katrina? I guess it was Katrina. Yeah, it must have been Katrina. Okay, inventory is now full. Just keeping this clean for... Why not? Why not? Why not? I really don't know about that one thing that got buried. Like, I'm very curious, but I don't know how I'm gonna find it. But yes, this is where that came from. So yeah, we did turn-ups yesterday. I showed up pretty late, but I made it work. You know, I still bought like 3.1 mil. It's not amazing, but for having the price at 83, I think it's enough. You know, I could have pushed 4 if I had more time, but it was a low price, so I don't mind too much, you know. and then the fishing tourney. But, you know, I'm happy about the fishing tourney. That worked out the way I wanted it to. Like, literally the way I wanted it to. Because now we just need 2 more raffle items. So yeah, we have the raffle at the end of the month. I mean, chances of getting something new there, I feel like kind of slim. But we just need the plum bonsai and the regal cupboard. And then we're done with the raffle, and then there's the 14 red items, and hopefully we get those all during sale day. And then we finish the museum. We got the museum model. We complete a couple more, like, furniture series. I think, like, if I get the last 2 raffle things, one of them is the regal cupboard, so that would complete the regal series. And then from the red furniture list, there's the cabana series, there's the cabin series, the exotic series, the kitty series, and the lovely series. All of those would get completed through those last 15 items. So yeah, man, I feel like we're in a good spot. Now, obviously, I did get 2 raffle items from the island in doing the furniture swaps, which was not something I was intending to do. It's just an unintended side effect. But I do know which ones those are. And if the fishing tourney works the way that I believe it does, at this point, I think I would have been set anyway, right? Like, according to my plan, I get all the red items at the end of the month. And then if I always get something new from the fishing tourney, I would have 5 of those in June to look forward to. So even if I had like the 6 and I didn't get the 2 and I was still at 6 rather than 4, you know, I still would have, it would only be a difference of 2, and then we would have fixed it later on anyway, is what I'm trying to say. So I think it's fine. Anyway, that's at 525. That makes sense from the pop machine. That's still the same. This is still going to be the same. Alright, so there's no Gulliver today. Bought out the store. Did a little bit of cleanup with the fruit. 7 minutes in. Now, obviously, I need to check the turnip prices. I have a bad feeling about this week, but crazier things have happened. So let's... Okay. Alright then. Let's get cracking. Ooh, boy. This'll make an easy week for me. Like, legit, I won't have to worry about anything this week, you know? I'll deal with Gracie tomorrow. That'll be a nice quick one. And, then we can do some other stuff. So I already hit the halfway point last week, so that's pretty cool. So I think it was 664. 83 times 8 is 664. Times 100 is a single stack. That's 66. Times that by 8, that's 531. So I can sell 8 at a time most of the time. Not this inventory. I won't be able to do 8 at a time with this inventory. I can do 7. So that means a single inventory is 2 trips. Ain't bad. I only bought like 25 inventories. That's 50 trips. Not that I have like count or like pay attention to how many trips I'm doing. Just saying. Okay, so this is cool. I should be able to hit 500 mil in the bank today. That's what it's all about. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pleasantly surprised. Let's just say that. Like, legit, I was like, I don't need to go that hard yet. Like, I'm not gonna get anything. I don't need to go hard. Now, obviously, I didn't spend a ton. Last week I did 4 mil. This is like only 3. I didn't even write the number down. That's embarrassing. So just grab the number real quick. 3112500. That's how much we bought. So that means we're looking at like 21 mil in profit. Maybe 25, close to 25 maybe. I don't think this should take that long. I mean, last week it took me like an hour and 45. But that was at a much higher price and I was selling less. Now I'm selling like 8 at a time. So it's going to be a lot fewer trips, even though it's only one less inventory. I mean, you know what? I'm pretty happy, right? Like, if I did 8 mil one week and I did 4 and like 3, then that's like a good amount over that little period of time. So real quick, let's just run over here because I took money from here. Again, I like to replenish the acres first and foremost so I can just brainlessly do things at the end. So that's what we're gonna do. There you go. This acre's now done. That's all cleaned up. And hello, hi. How's it been? How's it been? It's been a little bit. Hope you've been doing okay. Although I have a feeling that might not be the case, but I'd like to be wrong. I don't always like to be right. Yeah. You don't need to apologize. It's all good. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right today. I got a spike, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm trying to think the last time you were in the stream. I feel like it's been like at least a week. I don't know if you were there for when I bought turnips the week before. I'm trying to remember. This is fine, right? I think. Okay, let me think. This is my 3rd spike in a row, currently. Hopefully this is fine, right? Yeah, almost not fine. But just right. Okay, yeah, anyway. So what's new? I did turnips. I've had 3 spikes in a row. This is like the 3rd one, like I said. It's very obvious to put together based on the sentence I just said. Anyway, so I did like an 8.2 mil week. That was my best week. I think you were there for that. And yeah, I made a lot of money. The most money I've made in a day, basically, except kinda not, because I put some of the money aside and I had to like make money back. It was the most I had done in a day, but like the actual profit was a little lesser because I had money that I kept outside out of the bank that wasn't being counted, and I also had to like replenish 2 mil that I had lost from previous weeks. So that week happened, and then the next week I woke up late. I made it work and I bought like just over 4 mil and I was like, okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then I got a spike and I was like, wow. Yeah, we had a couple, there was a couple people here. It's kind of fun. Everyone's like, whoa, money. It's nice. And then yeah, last week I was late and I made it work and I still managed to get like just over 4 mil. So I was pretty happy based on the fact that I was late. And then we got a spike, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Back to back, that's pretty sick. I was hoping it'd be, like, a really good back-to-back one, but it wasn't, because, like, that money was just, like, a lower amount. Like, the last time I did a really big amount, it was, like, I did 7.1 mil, and then the next week I did 6.1 mil. But then this time it's, like, I did 8.2, but then I did 4 afterwards. So it wasn't quite the same number, because the other two, like, was almost 90 mil within 5 days. This was, like, 80, like, low 80 mil within 5 days. Which is obviously still incredible and super nice when you, like, look at, like, wow, look at me almost gaining 10% in the span of 5 days. But, you know, it can't always happen that way. Anyway, so that was that week. And then yesterday, I woke up even later than I did yesterday. I started at like 11, okay? And I made it work. It was 83, so it wasn't an amazing price, you know? Obviously, like, anything above 100's acceptable and, like, good. More is probably ideal, but, you know, when you see 83, you're like, man, that's kind of lame. So yeah, I only had like an hour, but thankfully I got Joan in a good acre at the end. So I was able to buy like 10 inventories, then get Joan to a good acre. and buy another like 15. So I bought 25. 25 is still a good number. So yeah, I thankfully I lucked out, because if I had not got Joan in a good acre like that, I would not have had as much time. It's true. It would have been like if I woke up at 11 and it was like 129, and then I got a spike the day after, I would have been kicking myself. That would have sucked. But I think things worked out pretty fine today, so I'm not going to complain. 3 spikes in a row is pretty cool in my books. So yeah, I made it work. And then, so that's like been the turn up stuff. Last week, I hit the halfway point. Obviously, my bank account does not represent that, but I do have over 20 mil outside around town. So yeah, I have 500 mil total. And I think after today, I should hit 500 mil in the bank, actually. So that'll be nice, because then it'll, like, not only am I halfway, it's very obvious I'm halfway. And then on the other front, I did like a lot of reorganizing and cleanup around town, like with my third character's house. Like I put the spooky stuff in there. I put all the island stuff in my second character's house. I like rearranged the main floor of my third character's house, so I have room to like drop all the event items, kind of. So that was pretty good. And then I moved some of the tickets to like the dock acre, because I've cleaned up a lot of the fruit that I had all around the bottom of my town. And there's been fishing tourneys this month, and I've been getting a lot of... I've only ever got new items from the fishing tourney, so something tells me it's always new. And I'm gonna say that until I'm proven wrong, but seven fishing tourneys in, and I've never gotten something that I've already had. And it's like at this stage of the game, that's 3 of them where the list is so much smaller. But I feel like there's something to that. So I only need 2 more raffle items, thanks to that. Like, I've got 2 new raffle items just from the fishing tourney this month. So my thinking is I go really hard on trying to win the fishing tourneys over the next couple weeks, because I have 2 more. If I win raffle items on both, then I'll be done. I won't need raffle items anymore. And then sale day will be at the end of the month, and I'll get a bunch of stuff from Red, and that'll be super cool. And again, the timing of this is also important, right? Like, the next fishing tourney is on the 23rd. Okay, so if I get a raffle item from that, great. And then sale day's on the 28th. Ideally, my ideal situation is I spend, like... If I want to be, like, idealistic, I spend an hour or 2 buying out Red, and I get the rest of his items, and life's good, and then I'm done. What I'm expecting is, like, 3 to 4 hours, and it's going to take a long time. Yeah, sorry. That's what I was saying. So, in theory... If I get all of Red's items on the 28th, the last fishing tourney is on the 30th, which would mean that should be a guaranteed raffle item. Also, the 30th is the raffle day. So I'm kind of thinking like there's a realm, or a realm of possibility. No, there's an outcome where I actually complete all the raffle stuff by the end of this month and have it all before I've even played for a year. And yeah, I could definitely use Wisp, but Wisp I'm not gonna like consider using until like way later into the game. I feel like it's like I don't think it's as low as I think it is, you know? But I have no idea. Like, I don't know if it's like there's 15 red items and 2 raffle items. Does it just pick randomly from all of them, or does it say 50% chance it's a new red or 50% chance it's a new raffle? You know, depending on how that's determined, it definitely shifts the odds a lot more. I mean, to begin with, like, there's 60-something red items and 37 raffle items. I think it's like 66 and 37. So, off the bat, like, that ratio is kind of crazy, but I don't know exactly how it works. All I'm saying is that if I got a new raffle item this weekend, I would be like, it's basically in the bag, I think. Because again, I should hopefully get all the red stuff on sale day. So, huge potential right there. I'll say that. But yes, Wisp is something that I'm going to consider. Someone I'm going to consider using. But that would be at the end. Because he's got like too many items. I think it's just like something new or something pricey, right? That's all it is. So. But he also is like weird in this game. Like he can't give you Gulliver items, and I still need 2 Gulliver items. But he could give you Sahara, Wendell, Gracie, the Raffle, Red. Like he can give you all of those types of items. So that's kind of crazy. And like the shirts, there's still like 8 shirts from Nooks, right? Like there's too many. Like currently, there's way too many items that I need. Yeah, I guess it is a little different in every game. I know that like I didn't use them too much until like New Horizons. I don't think I should have grabbed the turnips. My bad. And I know there was like, yeah, maybe that I would probably quote in New Horizons for that. And I know it's like, yeah, if it was new, like it can only be like certain ones, and like they have to be like under a certain limit, maybe like they can't be that expensive, or maybe they can. I know there's something weird with it. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure how he works in this game. I just know it's way worse than in New Horizons, timing-wise. Because New Horizons, he'd show up like, what, after 7 or 8? And this one is only like midnight. It's midnight to 4 a.m. It's like, I don't want to check for him every night after midnight. Like, sure, most nights I'm up after midnight, but like there's a big difference between me like watching YouTube after midnight versus actively streaming and running around my town. So that's why he's like a last resort, but also it's like there's just too many items, right? Yeah, I'm a late night person usually. It's a bit of a problem sometimes, but you know how it is. So that's, I guess I could drop a little bit more here. Sure, let's do that. Just so we can get the money figured out here. Anyway, yeah, so it's like, because Wisp can give you so many different items, it would be crazy to even consider using him now. I'd love to like try to get everything naturally, and then when there's a couple things left and it's like, I could literally just do this for a while and show up and like not do anything, you know, like in New Horizons, yeah, at the end of it, like I was literally just showing up for 2-minute streams. It was like kind of ridiculous, but I was like, what else am I gonna do? Like, is Kix here today? No? Okay, great. See you tomorrow. That's how it was. Every Monday, it's like, oh boy, Harv's Island reset. I can't wait. And then every other day, you're like, okay. Or if Kix was visiting that day, you're like, oh, we gotta go back to Harv's the next day. Yeah, it's like there's a much smaller window for when you can, Did I drop too many that time? I think I only sold 6 that time. That seems wrong. That did not seem like the right number. I was like, this is too low. So that's gonna sell for 66. And then that won't work. That'll be just too much. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So like if I was to like quickly list all the stuff from Wisp, there's 15 red items currently. Then there's 2 raffle items. That makes 17. And then there's the 8 shirts, which would make 23. No, 25. I can't do math in my head, apparently. I can, don't worry. Um, 25. And then there's, I don't know about like the models. There's like the flower models that you get from Groundhog Day. But like the weird thing with those is like you can reorder them. So I don't know if they would be given from Wisp. And if that counts, then that's like another 5 and that would make 30. I just want to like think out. Yeah, it makes sense. I just want to think like how many there are. And did I mention Gracie? Yeah, right. I said 15, 2, 17, and then 8. No, and then Gracie makes another 4, so that's like 29. And then those models could be another 5. That's okay. Groundhog Day is it's just a thing. It doesn't matter that much. It's just one of those things. I think I just dropped a 3x3 grid last time because I'm so used to doing that. Muscle memory that kicked in. I think that's the problem. I don't know. Look, Groundhog comes out of the ground. Does he see a shadow? Okay. And does he not? Okay. You know, like, oh, we got more weeks of winter. Or I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not even gonna try on that one. It's just a thing. Okay, so this is 15. That is 12. There you go. This acre is officially good. It's too much money though. I don't know what to do with this. I'm just gonna drop it like that. We'll fix that later. But we have one more inventory turnips here, I guess. Hopefully. The math is not mathing. I feel like there's something wrong. Hopefully not. Also, yeah, I guess I don't know like the full extent of like what he can give. There's those 8 pinwheels that you could reorder, but you can only get them from the raffle or sale day. Do those count? Because if those count, like... There we go. Okay, that's where it was. If those count, then like that's another 8 items. So, yeah, obviously there's too much. Like, ideally, I would only want there to be, like, less than a handful of things if I was to use Wisp. I think that would be, like, when it was. But also... Okay, see there, I just did it again. Muscle memory. Wait, 51... That's gonna be too much, right? Okay. Okay, yeah, that's good. I did it right. So, yeah, I need to get a lot more done. But like I've said a couple times, it's like a Wisp is an end game thing for me, but the end game is dependent on multiple factors, and there are multiple different paths to get to said end game. I guess that's the best way I would put it, right? Like, say I have like 950 mil, but I still need like a bunch of items. That's when it's like, oh shoot, you know? Like, because originally going into this, I was thinking the money would be like the problem here, you know? I was thinking I'd be like waiting to get enough money to get out of here. But there's also a reality where I like get most of the items or get everything before I'm even done with the money. But I feel like at this point that's not going to be the case. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how things play out. But we still got quite some time before we get to that point. Anyway, I am trying to think about all the turnips I've bought yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it definitely does feel a little cheap, but like also it's like it makes sense if like things are not interesting anymore. Like let's spitball a scenario. What if I There's still one shirt I need right now. Forget that. What if winter? There's 4 winter shirts. What if I'm missing like 1 or 2 winter shirts at the end of the next winter season? Okay, that starts like November 27th. What if like, you know, I get all the money in June and I have everything else and I'm only missing a winter shirt? I just say, well, that's all for now. I'll stream again in like 4 months. Like, imagine. Like, there's literally nothing else I can get. And it's only like a winter shirt. Like, that's not great. That's when it's like, well, we can try to do the Wisp thing. That probably makes sense. I don't know if that would happen. Like, currently, I have all the... If I go on, like, the order that I started, I'm missing 4 winter shirts, which makes sense, because I didn't play the full winter season, and my store's not upgraded. Spring, I got all the spring shirts. There's still 3 summer shirts, which is annoying, and there's still 1 fall shirt. So, you know, like, that could make things annoying. That could actually be one of the biggest problems, the seasonal shirts. And, like, I kind of do everything I can to get them. The common ones I could find in the Lost and Found, so if I keep the Lost and Found, like, empty enough for items to generate each day, then we're good. You can have, like, 20 spots in there, but I think it only generates, like, 7 items, which is one of those weird little quirks, but whatever. So, like, that's the thing. And... there's also, like, the sales, but the sales, more often than not, suck. It's like, hey, you just loaded the game again during a specific hour. Here's a single shirt in the corner of a giant store that you already have. Like, what's up with that? Give me, like, 2 or 3 shirts. But yeah, like, the shirts are one of my concerns. Gyroids I feel okay about, considering we only need, like, 19. And there's, like, we could use the island to get the rest, but that could also be awkward, so I don't know, but, like, gyroids will take some time, because, like, they're annoying to get sometimes. Or, like, it's like, oh, it's gonna, like, rain 5 days in a row, and then you only get 3 gyroids, but if it, like, was split up a little bit, you'd get a lot more. Like, I wish every day it rained, you got gyroids. But I don't know if that's only, like, that here or what. Anyway. So, yeah. It's just gonna be interesting to see how things play out. But we won't know that. That's like next summer. I feel like next summer is when things are gonna get to that point. Maybe a little sooner, potentially, but if I had to, like, put a guess, I would say, like, next summer. It's probably... Like, if I look at my projections for turnips, I should hopefully be done in the summer sometime. Although that could go faster or could go slower. And if I get really close, I might just go crazy. Imagine I wake up, like, at 8, and then so I can start streaming before 9, and then I get a great price, and I spend, like, 10 mil. And I make, like, 70 mil in a day. And then I'm done. Imagine. It'd be quite the play. But yeah, I mean, like, the closer I get, the crazier I might get with things like that. Because it's like, I'm halfway now, you know? Like, downward slope. Like, doing things like that feels so much more impactful now. What are they working on now, though? Do we know? I mean, yeah, yeah, I agree with that one. I definitely agree with that one. It's kind of like the whole point. Workshops to teach children coding. Ah, okay. Interesting. We just need the right person to take up the same mentality. Maybe. Maybe we'll get that. I don't know if it's worth, like, picking up all of them and dropping the rest at the door when it's this close. You know? There's still the acre down at the bottom. That one definitely. But this one, I'm not sure. But yeah. So, like, we have the 1 acre to the left that had 6. Those are all dealt with. And there's still, like, 3 at the bottom, I think. So I need to deal with those. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're like 2 months out from the New Horizons update. So I don't know, like, if they're hiding more features there and, like, how that's gonna go. And then, of course, with that, we have no idea what's gonna happen with, like, a sequel. Obviously, like, you would think... I don't know. I shouldn't talk. You'd think the Switch 2 would get a sequel. And we'd have a Switch 2 Animal Crossing. Although now they have a Switch 2 version and updates. But it wouldn't make sense. But, I don't know. Like when I was like, I can't wait for the Wii U Animal Crossing, and then that never happened. My Wii U, I got very late, and I got it cheap, and I wasn't... you know, I played, and it was fine. Not bad. But I definitely underutilized my Wii U. But it's not, like, super important right now. Should have got Animal Crossing Wild World on it, though. That would have been the move. Anyway, I'm going to start clearing out the turnips where the money should go, so that I can start dropping stuff there soon. We're like 30 minutes into selling turnips. I guess I'm maybe... I don't know. I don't know how many inventories I'm into this. Probably a decent amount. Probably like 10 or close to 10. I would think I'm close to halfway, but who knows. But yeah, where was I going? I was saying, like, yeah, I might do some crazy turnip things later on, right? Like, if I'm super close, it's like, well, if I go crazy this week and it pays off, then I'm gonna be super fat. Like, I'm gonna be super far ahead. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Because, like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of... I don't know. There's so much negativity towards the Switch 2 Online that, like, is just overblown and not real. Like, the people that say it's too expensive, I don't know what they're on. Things are expensive nowadays. That's just how it is. Also, like, not, like, I don't know. People are like, oh, it'd be so much more reasonable if it was $50 cheaper. And it's like, what are you talking about? Complain about the game prices, not the console price. The console price, that's not an issue. But, I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza came out, but supposedly that was originally being worked on as, like, a Switch title, right? I think. And then... yeah, see, that's different. But, like, I don't know what the people who were, like, expecting. They're like, oh my god, it's for me, it's like, it's expensive. Okay, sure. But it's still, like, less expensive than a PlayStation 5. I don't know. Like, I don't know, it's weird. You know, like, when I got a Switch, it's like I played Odyssey and I played, like, Breath of the Wild, and I said, okay, great, I've just justified the purchase entirely. You know, like all you like I don't know, all you need is like 1 or 2 really good games, and that's enough for me to justify a console, I guess. Maybe. But like they need to be really good games. And then everything else is a bonus, and then you're set. But even if like you look at like I don't know, everyone talks about like the how many hours could I play? Or like you know how like, oh, this game's See, I never got into Splatoon, but I know it was like really popular, but I've always just been like, what? Like, huh? Why is this so popular? What's going on here? I never played it, but clearly they have 3 of the games, and like it's super well promoted. I just never got it. But I guess yeah, like that's the one thing with the Wii U. They're like, hey, we got Splatoon. That makes sense. I legit bought my Wii U like way late into it, and it was probably like $230 or something. Canadian, which is kind of crazy. Just throwing that out there. Maybe. Again, I haven't looked into Splatoon 3 much. I don't even remember when it came out. So that kind of changes things. But I know like the Splatoon team and the Animal Crossing team are like linked, right? And one and the same kinda. I'm curious, like what's the Pocket Camp team doing? Because like they're done now, right? Where are they going back to? I know, like, yeah, so, like, Splatoon and Animal Crossing are the same dev group. And then Pocket Camp is also a thing. But is Pocket Camp the same? Or is it, like, a group from that group? Because, like, that's... Because if they're done and they can go back to work, then... Ah, okay. I mean, I've been playing, but I'm not aware of the timeline, I guess. I just know it went paid at the beginning of the year. And I didn't buy the intro offer because I'm a fool. Ah, that's fine. Not super important. I need to drop one of these, actually. Anyway, yeah, everyone's always talking like, oh, a game's like $80, $60, and it's like 10 hours, and it's not worth my time, blah, 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 blah. Like, if we compare it to, like, actual, like, hobbies out there and, like, how much you pay for those, and then, like, the hour you get at that cost, like, what do you... I know gaming scene is expensive and a luxury, but I just think people are looking at it wrong. Like, if you go out and, like, you know, like... I'm just saying. I think people look at things the wrong way. But yeah, honestly, it's like, oh, I bought the Switch 2. That was like however much it was. I got DK Bonanza. I played that for like 35, almost 40 hours. Even if you take like the cost of that being like 100 and like the bundle with Mario Kart being like after tax 800, that's like $900. Okay? And then you say like $900 divide by like 37 and you get $24 an hour. That's like cheaper than bowling potentially. But that's only one game. You buy one more game, congrats. Now cheaper than most pastimes and activities. I don't know, that's a weird way to justify it, but like honestly, like people are like, oh my god, you buy a console just for one game? Yes. Yes, I would. Oh my god, you bought a Switch so you could just play Animal Crossing? Yes. 1,120 hours later, I have the craziest return on investment right there. I mean, yeah. I think I've said this on stream before, but I don't remember who it was to, but like people are like, oh my god, it's $70 for a game. It's like, yeah, my games went up to $80 like a decade ago. It sucks. First time? No, honestly, like, I remember the good old days, back when the Canadian dollar was not in the dumpster, because, sorry, I'm just doing that. Back in those days, like, regular console games were 60, and I think DS games were like 40 back then. And like, you know, I didn't know how good I had it back then. But yeah, it's like, for us here, games went up to 70 and then 80. Like, 80 was like the new norm for a very long time. And now, like, you know, other people, it's going up to 70 and they're so outraged. It's like, dude. So, yeah. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza before tax, $100. Is it worth the money? Unfortunately, yes, it is. But what are you gonna do, right? And yeah, honestly, buying, that is one of the things, you know, that I've always said. Like, oh, I can buy, like, with the Switch. It's like, if I get the Switch, I can play Zelda, I can play Mario, and I can count on an Animal Crossing game showing up, too. So, like, having that, you're like, that's already enough. Like, that is enough to make it worth it. But I'm also, like, a gamer. Also, I don't know, people buy, like, consoles just so they can play FIFA. Don't tell me, those people shouldn't have opinions. I mean, sure, comparatively, indie games just feel like they're worth it. Yeah. But, like, I'm also a big advocate for indie games. I know a lot of people, you know, like, there's, like, there's really bad takes out there where people are like, oh my god, gaming's so stale. Things, like, there's nothing in creative. And it's like, you just play the AAA garbage that gets pumped out every year. You don't play, like, indie games. Like, clearly you think that. And yeah, obviously the price does help as well. But, like, I don't buy big games that much, I guess, maybe. Hold on. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 times 5. That's not enough. We need one more row. This row. But yeah, it's like Silksong. I know there's a big problem. Like, Silksong came out. For me, it was like $30. Oops, I just dropped that. Oh, I just dropped. You know, people are like, oh man, Silksong's $30. Like, now I'm going to compare this to every other game that exists, and it's like nothing is worth the money. So there's like a trap of indie games. I've seen that like get used too much. Like, talk about Silksong for the quality it is, not for like price as well, because it's more than just a price tag. I don't know. I don't know if that makes too much sense. But yeah, people are a little crazy. I think I spent too much time reading really bad opinions from people online. I gotta not do that. But yeah, Silksong is amazing. I hope it gets the recognition it deserves at the Game Awards. It's gonna be very interesting to see how the Game Awards goes. Because, like, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of, like, there's a lot of heavy hitters, I guess. Oh, I grabbed too many. Oops. Can I do it with one less? Can I do this? Will I have the room, please? Yes. Yeah, I mean, like, they bumped it up for me. Like, I think Hollow Knight was 20 bucks, and Silksong was like 30 bucks. Ooh. Crazy. But, like, yeah, they, like, already made so much money off of Hollow Knight anyway. Like, they were comfortable. They didn't need to do anything crazy. Like, I read some of the interviews with them. I'm like, yeah, they just live, like, modest lives, you know? They got all that money from Hollow Knight, and they're like, okay, let's go make the next thing. They, like their small spaces. They don't want to, like, live lavish, crazy lives. I think that helps. But yeah, but like Silksong and Hollow Knight, like, that's just such an anomaly, you know? like, sure, there's lots of really big indie games that, like, kind of reached, like, a similar, you know, like, I don't know what the right word is. I'm trying to think of the right word. Like, when you think indie games, there's a specific, like, maybe 5 to 10 that always are mentioned, right? Like Celeste is usually up there, I'd say. Hollow Knight would be up there. I feel like Outer Wilds would be up there. We're just talking about, like, indie games that have, like, crazy recognition. I'm gonna not say Meat Boy because I hate Meat Boy, but, like, that's kind of up there, maybe. There's other ones that I'm just not thinking of right now that I probably should be, but Undertale, right? Like, you know, these are, like, huge indie games that have crazy recognition. I guess, like, is Terraria indie? Can't remember, but there's, like, a lot, you know? A lot of crazy stuff out there. But yeah, I mean, indie games, I play a lot of indie stuff. If that's not clear. I just play a lot. But I do enjoy indie stuff. Indie stuff's pretty fun. Like, I know what I like. I seek out what I like, and I have a good time. So that's the other important part. But yeah, it's like this year. I was gonna talk about, like, Switch 2, because, like, Donkey Kong Bonanza came out. I had an incredible time with that. I think that game made me feel things that I hadn't felt from a game in a while. Honestly, like, at the end, kind of went crazy. And that's the one Switch 2 game I've played. I also played Legends Arceus on my Switch 2, because I figured that would be a good one to play, because then I wouldn't have, like, performance issues, and I had fun with it. Kirby Air Riders drops in, like, 3 days. Now, I probably am not gonna buy it on launch, just because it's like I don't have immediate plans to play it, but I do want to play it, you know? Hold on, let me just read this. Yeah, I can see how, like, I have a friend who always talks about, like, the ecosystem when it comes to, like, Apple stuff. There's the Apple ecosystem, and, like, they work really hard to get you in the ecosystem so that, like, you just stay in the ecosystem and continue buying their products. And, like once, like, the whole point is to get you in and then get you on all this other stuff. And I guess, like, I wouldn't say that Nintendo's the same way, but it is the same. And, like, Nintendo has their ecosystem, you know? They have their games. Their games are not going to be released on other consoles. If you want to play Nintendo games, you got to do it on a Nintendo console, you know? So I can see it in that sense. Like, sure, like, they have, like, a similar ecosystem thing going where, like, yeah, if you want their stuff, you need to buy their stuff, and you're not going to get it any other way. And I guess that's fair to a degree, because, like, why, like, if it makes sense for you from a money perspective, why would you not do that? But yeah, I don't know. I don't see, like, I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, what they do that's, like, weird in a money sense that I would have a problem with. Like, the price increase on games, it's happening. I feel like it was inevitable. And, like, the problem here is, like, hold on. I feel like that with the Nintendo News app, the music app that's 100. Hold on. Yeah, see, that's, I don't like. Yeah, okay. I'll give you that one. But isn't that a Japanese thing? Haven't we spoken about that? I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but I thought that was, like, just a Japanese thing where they're like, we're not gonna, like, put the names of people. I might be wrong, but I thought there was some weird cultural thing with that, potentially. And it's like the Mario movie used the Donkey Kong rap, but they didn't credit Grant Kirkhope. I think that's also a thing. And I was like, yeah, I don't agree with that. But I guess that's like the same kind of thing. Okay, then I might be misremembering, or it's something I read online. I'm not sure. I remember seeing something about that. Or maybe I read it. I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, I think that people should be credited, especially like, you know, like what, Koji Kondo for like Zelda. Like, come on, like names like that deserve recognition for just creating such insane, beautiful pieces of music. So yeah, I think that they should do that, but I don't know. That might be, I can't remember if that was like a cultural thing or something. Either way, it's not great. Like, yeah, from a money perspective, like, yeah, they put the price of games up. But my biggest problem with like Nintendo is there's always like a disproportionate amount of Nintendo hate online. But like the other companies do the same thing, but they don't get the same flack that Nintendo does. And then always I don't get it. So it's like, I don't know. Like, you know, for me in Canada, Sony put the prices of games up first. You know, like our dollar went in the tank and games went from 80 to from 60 to 80. And then Sony with the PS5, they're like, we're gonna actually put the price up to 90. So like most of the PlayStation games I bought have been at 90. And then Nintendo does, and oh my gosh, how could Nintendo do this? You know? But it's like, I just don't like the double standards. That's always my problem. Also, like, GTA 6 is gonna come out, and they're gonna charge like $120 or something. And then people are gonna justify that, and it's gonna just be like the same gameplay from like 15 years ago. Except it's gonna be even more realistic. I don't know, I'm kind of over GTA right now, and there's like too much hype around 6, so I'm kind of just being negative on it. Like a little bit more than I should. But also, like, at this point, it's been in development for so long, and I'd rather they do something different. Like, I prefer Red Dead to GTA at this point. But, I don't know. But yeah, it's like the games, I don't know, they make good games, and that's what I'm about. Ah, okay. Yeah, honestly, I do think there should be credits. But, I mean, they've always been a little weird about their music, right? Red Dead best horse game, honestly. I remember playing Red Dead 1, like, way back when. I was like, yeah, okay, this is pretty good. And then I played 2, I was like, man, this is even better. How'd they do it? Red Dead 2 was an amazing experience, honestly. But, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza. And then Kirby Air Riders comes out in, like, 3 days. And I played a lot of Kirby Air Ride as a kid. I'm shocked that we're getting a sequel. It was one of those games I played with friends a lot. So now it's like, you know, back then that was like a thing. You know, you have friends over, you go to a friend's house, somebody brings their GameCube, or they already have a GameCube, and you play Kirby Air Ride, and it's super fun, and it's great. Like, that doesn't happen as much now. So, like, I'm not in a rush to buy Air Ride. And I guess, like, there is online. Is there online? Because if there's online, I guess that changes things, but that's also kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, hopefully, like, I don't know. The crediting thing is a legitimate problem, and I think, like, that should be changed, but... But Metroid's coming out, and like there's been a lot of like nonsense about Metroid on Twitter. So, like that's kind of crazy. But I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it. I'm looking forward to Metroid for a while. I'm sure it'll be better than Other M. There's no way it could be worse than Other M. That game I tried playing, it was not it. Something about it was just not it. Oops, I dropped too many. Yeah, I just like, I know with the demo they had test online stuff, and I was just thinking, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, wait a second, does this mean I can play the game online? Because that might change things. But it also, that'd be like a good, like, hey, Christmas is coming up, someone want to get me this game for Christmas kind of thing? That's kind of where I'm at. Metroid I want to play like right away. But Kirby, it's like, yeah, we can... Kirby will wait for me. He knows I'm good for it. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. We'll see what comes out for the Switch 2 next year. That's what I'm really curious about. You know, we got Donkey Kong, we got Mario Kart, we got Kirby, we got Metroid. It's got a lot of crazy stuff there. The Pikmin 4 update, this has nothing to do with Switch 2, but the Pikmin 4 update... I'm curious about that one. I've looked into it a little bit, because I know they added like a hard mode. And like I'm kind of interested in doing a hard mode playthrough, to be honest. I think that would be maybe a fun thing to stream at some point. I mean, Air Riders is one of those weird things, because, like, yeah, like, if you saw it, like, when it released, and it's like, oh, it's a racing game, but then everyone's like, nah, the racing mode sucks, it's all about City Trial. So, like, I think everyone knows that City Trial is where it's at, so, like, I think, I haven't looked into it too much, but, like, if they did a bunch more with City Trial, had, like, different maps and all this extra stuff, I feel like that would be, like, insane. And if they had, like, even more customization, so you could do, like, way longer matches, I feel like there'd be a lot of stuff. Because, like, you could only do, like, 3 to 7 minute ones. And, like, the grid to unlock everything was, like, great. There's so many things that it's so Sakurai coded, it's not even funny. But, like, yeah, Sakurai is the GOAT, honestly. I haven't watched the directs, because I just haven't had time. But, like... I know that they would be great, and like he would just, he's just such a funny guy. But yeah, like I need to watch him just play with the amiibos, because like he's such a funny guy like that. But yeah, honestly, it's like Sakurai, yeah, let him do whatever he wants to. Everyone like is. I think like the running joke right now is that Nintendo is like, hey, we want you to make Smash for the Switch too. And he's like, on one condition. Also, like, he did all those, like, YouTube videos where he talked about, like, game design, and he just, like, recorded those way in advance and scheduled them all to release while he was working on Kirby, unbeknownst to anyone. Like, he's a legend for that, honestly. Yeah, I mean, nothing but respect for the guy. I don't think he wants to do more Smash, but I think like they're like, hey, we want you to do more Smash. He's like, I'll do it if I can do this. But maybe that's it. He'll bring back Kid Icarus after Kirby Air Riders, and then he'll do more Smash. I don't know. I was like, yeah, it's like this year. It's like they dropped all this stuff. Like, you know, like I'm just trying to think like what their games that are planned for next year are gonna be. You know, like we got a Mario game, not really. We got a Donkey Kong game that's actually a Mario game. We got Mario Kart, Metroid. Kirby. So like, what's coming up next year? We're getting an Animal Crossing update. I don't think we're getting an Animal Crossing game next year if they're doing that. Especially since they didn't say that like, this will be the last update. You know, they just said like, hey, here's 3.0. So like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what other exclusives we're gonna see next year. Cause like, I don't know. That would be interesting. Obviously, I'm looking forward to more. I guess Pokemon's a thing, but I don't want to talk about Pokemon. I think I'm getting close to being done here. It's been like an hour of me selling. And based on how much I have in the bank, I think we're in a good spot almost. But we're not quite done. But yeah, I mean, the Monday spikes are one of my favorite, obviously. Like, being able to just not worry about turn-ups for the week is always a really nice time. And like, yeah, again, I could have bought more this week, but I'm happy with how things worked out. So. Okay, Pocket Camp was developed by DNA. Alright, they do mobile games. They did the Fire Emblem one, I guess. There was a Fire Emblem mobile game, right? I remember seeing that on like the website when they're like, hey, you can redeem your points for this. It was like some Fire Emblem thing. I was like, okay, whatever. I remember seeing that. That makes sense. It'll be interesting though, like, cause like, if we have like the one dev team that does Animal Crossing and Splatoon, right? But if you look at the 5 like huge franchise mascots, we have Mario, Zelda, Animal Crossing, Pikmin, and Splatoon. There's no way they can keep 2 of those under the same studio or dev group, right? Like, does that make sense? Maybe. Maybe it does. Okay, so we still have. I mean, we're getting there. Quite though. I mean, this should be done in under an hour and a half total, I think. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, it's gonna be nice to have this done now. It's been a busy couple of days. Last week was like pretty busy, and then my weekends was kind of busy, but I got time over these next few days. So good to get this out of the way, and then I can just take it easy. Pretty happy about that. Also about the spike. Spike good. Let me run down to the bottom here, see what's going on there. So like I bought using the money here, and then I bought using the money here, And then I used money from here to buy there. So, like, I replenished everything, I think, already. So it's just a matter of bringing these turnips up. But, like, yeah, we still have 2 inventories here. So I brought one up today, and I brought up the other one yesterday. Because I bought 4 here. So these ones definitely bring them all. But yeah, we're definitely in the final stretch of today, which is nice. Obviously, if I spent more, I could have made more, but I'm just happy that I managed to buy as many as I did. And yeah, it's not perfect, but it will help. You know, progress is progress. That's all that matters. I gotta buy every week, and eventually we'll be done. This will be one of the weirdest, stupidest, wackiest challenges I've done. The amount of commitment's just absurd. And yes, I'm talking like that being only halfway. But at this point, it's as good as done. The more I do, the easier it gets. It was at the beginning when it felt like I was not even close or ever gonna finish where things were a problem. Okay, I'm gonna watch that off stream. Let me copy it. Or maybe I can watch it now. Let me think. Can I easily do this? Okay, hold up. Let me take a look. Okay, I don't know. I'm trying to open it on my phone, but it's not using the timestamp. So I will have to figure that out later. I think at this point I'll probably just watch it after the stream. Just because, like, I'm nearly done anyway. Honestly, I just want to watch the whole thing, but I mean, I've had time, but I haven't had time. I haven't prioritized it as much. I guess because I kind of just want, like, I don't know. On one hand, I want to just experience the game without him telling me all this stuff. I guess that's the thing. Like, it's great that he, like, loves his craft and loves to present the way he does, but also it's like, I don't know if I want all the details yet, you know? But yeah, no, just the amiibo part makes sense. I just meant like like I'm like, oh, should I just watch the whole thing? But like, no, I won't. I don't know. Shout out to Rick though. Honestly, it was a lot of fun playing as a kid though, so I really enjoyed it playing like then. But like, if I had people over and played it, it could be fun. But like, I feel like it's one of those games where you're like, what is even happening here? Like, I've seen a couple clips recently. It's like, oh man, they cranked this to 11. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what's coming up in the future. Yeah, Metroid's coming out soon. That could be pretty good, hopefully. And yeah, I guess like we don't have any stuff for next year yet, do we? And I mean, I guess like the Game Awards will be happening in a couple weeks. We may get some big announcements then. Probably not from Nintendo, but from other people. It'd be cool. Oops. Okay, so let me just double check my bank balance was 478. So I'm almost up 20 mil in the bank now. Just shy of 20 mil. One more inventory will put us at 20 mil. And again, 3 mil is 21 mil in profit. But I have a little bit extra. So, or maybe we're looking at like 4 or 5 more inventories, something like that. So we are very close to being done. That's good. That'll keep us good for the rest of the week. But yeah, Gracie will come here tomorrow, which will be good. We have not seen Gracie here in like 2 months, which is nuts. It'd be lovely to get something new from her, but I don't think it's happening. I don't know. I've had bad luck with her lately, but I also haven't seen her lately, so maybe things will be different. But yeah, that's a big thing. That could potentially have a lot of stuff happening there. Yeah, maybe. The weather's been a little bit better. You're right. But now that we're getting into like close to winter, there's more rain, so there's a lot more mud. You're right. But yeah, hopefully we can get something from her, and then yeah, I mean honestly, these past 3 weeks like for visitors have been really disappointing. It's been like Sahara, which is useless for us now, or it's been like a sale that hasn't got us anything, or it's just been Katrina on Fridays, and we got one new item from her, but it's been really weird. It's literally just been like a Tuesday visitor and then a Friday visitor, and it's been like a sale or Sahara, which makes it so Friday's the next day, and then Katrina shows up on Friday, and then she's here until Saturday, so then and then I forget to load the game after she leaves on Saturday, so when I load on Sunday, it says, okay, the next visitor is Tuesday, and then the cycle repeats again. So maybe we're gonna break the cycle now. Because yeah, really like Red, again, I'm at 15 items remaining from Red, and sale day should hopefully let us get everything. And then if we do that, then it doesn't matter when we get Red, and we have all the stuff from Wendell, and we have all the stuff from Sahara and Katrina. At that point, if we have all the red stuff, then it's just the raffle items, and hopefully I got the raffle items. And then at that point, Katrina's useless, and then we only care about Gracie. Like, we're basically at a point where only Gracie will matter. And Gulliver, but Gulliver's independent. He is a visitor, but he always shows up every week and can double up with people, so that's not the same. And yeah, I have said that. You know, I've said, like, I've been having a lot of really good luck with turnips right now. If I had really good luck with who was visiting, maybe it would be too much. So I am choosing to look at it that way. I'm just saying, like, we have not seen Gracie in 2 months. But also, when I started the game, it took, like, 2 months to even see Red for the first time, so it's just a little weird sometimes. It gets into these patterns. I just don't want sales. Sales kind of suck and are useless for the most part. I've complained about them before, and I will complain about them again. Right? Like, sale happens. There's 4 types of sales. I only need 1 type of item that I could get from sales. Okay, that's like a 1 in 4 shot already of it being helpful. Not great. And then even if it is a clothing one, then I need to actually need rare clothing. And again, because I have item luck, all my item groups are like evened out. Right? So like, I don't know. There's a whole thing with the item groups that I could do. But I don't know if it's worth doing most of the time. And I feel like right now it's not worth doing. I know I need 1 fall shirt. And the 1 fall shirt I need is a rare item group shirt. So it makes sense for me to have an evened out thing. But if I needed a bunch of like uncommon or common shirts, then yeah, it would make sense for me to like remove my item luck so that I have like a higher chance of getting that stuff. But I guess it doesn't usually do that. And like because of other item sources, like the lost and found, like you get those that are like common group. So I don't know, I haven't had to do that. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I feel like these next 2 weeks, we're gonna make a lot of moves in the next like 2 to 3 weeks. Like the spreadsheet's gonna get huge progress on it. You know, the harvest day alone is already pretty huge because it'll be like 13 items. But then sale day could be another 15, hopefully. Ideally, it's another 15 plus the market model, so that's actually like 16. Yeah, I should have gone the other way to be honest, but like yeah, like that's huge for both those things. And then if we can get more stuff from fishing tourneys, that would be pretty good. And the raffle, hopefully, like I'm really hoping we can like get. I want to have only 1 raffle item left, or none. You know, I think getting 1 more. Well, actually, like I said, I should get at least 1 more, right? Like, as long as sale day goes as expected, I should get all the red stuff. And then if I win the fishing tourney on that last Sunday, in theory, I should be good, you know? Like, I should get a new raffle item. So as long as I have all the red stuff, I should get at least 1 more. So if the raffle gives me 1, or if I get 1 from the previous fishing tourney, then I should be able to, I think we have a good shot at making it happen. So we're gonna wait and see on that. But yeah, big moves are being made soon. And then I'm also gonna like put in all the secret codes for like the Nintendo items as well as all the NES games, and that's another 16 items. So like, yeah, the spreadsheet's gonna shrink a lot, and then I'm really gonna be able to like look at it and say, okay, what do I actually need? And then like it's gonna be a little rough, honestly, most of the time. Like basically until it like most month, I guess, like yeah, right now most months there's gonna be something in the store to look at, but it's gonna be a shirt. Also, there you go, we're at 500 mil in the bank. Yahoo! It's gonna be so fun putting all the money that I have outside away. It's gonna be the best part. At the end, obviously. What was I saying something? Yeah, it's like basically every day it's like check the store. Is it one of the shirts that I need that's a seasonal shirt? No? Okay. And like that's gonna be it, you know? If I have all the red and raffle stuff, it's gonna be like, oh, is Gracie here today? No? Okay, great. Like, it's literally gonna be like clothing, I guess. Wait, actually though. Wait, actually, that's like actually gonna be it. Right? Like, if we remove all the raffle stuff, all the code stuff, all red stuff, it's literally, and like, it's gonna just be like, hey, I need these models, or I need Like, yeah, basically a couple of the models. Or, like, the jingle stuff. I guess the jingle stuff is, like, the only other thing that's kind of a concern. I am concerned about getting the jingle stuff. I'll be very honest and upfront about that. But I will use a second town to ensure that I get it, so that I don't have to do it later, I guess. Kind of the plan. Alright, so I have 5 turnips there. Is that it? I feel like we're basically done. Give me like 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay, let's finish this up. I mean, honestly, I've had a really weird experience with the shirts. You know, like, I got all of, like, the regular shirts that are just available, like, year-round. I think in the summer, maybe? Did I make a note of that? I tried to make notes of, like, certain things, but I might have missed some. I know I got all the regular furniture July 19th. That's what I got. Sorry, I don't have anything else, I guess. No. Lame, but oh well. Okay, I'm gonna start just looking at all the acres, make sure I have all the turnips. But yeah, it's weird, because I started in winter, you know, December 10th, like a couple weeks in. So I didn't get the full season, and obviously starting with Nook's Cranny, you're only getting 2 shirts a day versus the 5 I get now. So clearly, it was gonna be, I don't know, it would be pretty hard, I think, to get all of the shirts during that season, having just started. But then I got everything in the spring season, like pretty early on. I went, oh, okay, this shouldn't be a big problem. And then summer, it was not going well, you know, and that's when I decided to upgrade to Nookingtons, because I was just that, like, I was like, I need a lot of shirts. This is not it. I need to get more shirts each day. This is a problem. So I upgraded. And even after upgrading, it still wasn't enough. I've been left with 3. And now I only need 1 in this season. And, like, 1 is, like, good. Yeah, sure, right? Like, better than none, but... I mean, it's not better than none. I'd prefer none. But, like, yeah, I don't know. It's like... I hope I can get more of them, you know? And, like, here's the thing. I buy all the shirts every day. So it's not like there's a chance I miss them, you know? Because I like getting them for cheap raffle tickets. Now, obviously, if I have all the raffle stuff, then I don't have to buy everything from the store each day, right? Like, I only buy all the shirts because they're the cheapest and because I need raffle tickets. But if I don't need the raffle tickets and I have all the raffle stuff, then I can sell all the raffle tickets and I don't have to buy as much each day. And then I would literally just check the shirts and say like, oh, what is this? And then no. What is this? No. What is this? No, you know? Or I just know the ones that I need and I check them. Or I know like which ones I already know, you know? Like there's some that are like obvious, like the ball shirts and all that stuff. And like, I don't know, if I only need 8 right now, it should be pretty easy for me to remember like the few per season that I need. But yeah, I mean, so basically like, things get a lot quicker after we've been playing for a year, kind of is what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to be wrapping up right around now. So yeah, this is like almost an hour and a half. Not too shabby. Yeah, and the amount of storage space is also pretty nice. That is one thing that I'm looking forward to. So let me put 664, bold that, go to my turnip numbers sheet, bring that formula down a couple more. November 17th, and 501-750-000. That's 22.9, almost 23 mil today. So we officially have 501 in the bank, almost 502. If I update this, now I need 476.5 mil. So that's pretty nice. We are well over halfway. I don't know if I would say well over halfway. Also, I'm going to say something crazy just to be funny. Imagine I hit 600 mil by the 1 year mark. It's not happening. I would need to. That would be insane, obviously. But yeah, I'm over halfway. I was halfway last year, but now you can see that I'm halfway. Last week. What am I talking about? So I still have 2.5 weeks of spikes. 2.5 weeks of turnips before the 1 year mark. So in theory, I could get another spike or two. And if I had a crazy one, or if I had 2 like relatively good ones, like maybe next week will be bad, and then the week after it'll be like good, and I'll get a bunch, and then the week after that I'll get another Monday spike, and have sold it before then. I kept saying like 500 mil by the 1 year mark. That's a good milestone. I might not hit it. I hit it. I'm happy. But like if we hit like 550, that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that's it for today. Almost. So that's an orange box letter. That's an orange box letter. Let's just get rid of those. That's chip. This is chip. This is also chip. That's the sale thing, and that's whatever. Okay, so I can just grab these. Let's empty this. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Alright, if we go in my house real quick, you can just see what I've done. So I emptied out a lot of the like seasonal stuff. So what do I have in these wardrobes? Shirts and a balloon. Nice. Empty. Nice. Okay, yeah. So I have a bunch of like random stuff. My house, obviously, I need to like change. I'm kind of thinking like, yeah, I need to like rearrange this, remove the trees, yada yada yada. That'll happen eventually. And then the basement, I have just gyrates, but they're not organized. And I kind of feel like I want to organize them, but I'm thinking maybe I remove... Once the raffle stuff's done, I take out all that stuff in my third player's basement, and then I organize them between the third and fourth basement. And then I can put like all my NES games in my basement downstairs. That's kind of the vision right now, because I think that would be pretty cool. I do like having the gyrate basement. It's like a running joke that I've had with my friends since we like played the game as kids. But I feel like I should move it to a different basement and then have mine be a little bit different. But if you look at this one now, I have... Don't look there yet. I have a little spooky room upstairs. You know, a little spooky room. That's all that stuff. So that's kind of fun. And then I moved out a bunch of the tickets that were just on the ground, and all these I moved down here. And then these are like all the seasonal, like yearly things, right? Like the chocolates from the lighthouse, the sports fair, like Mother's Day, the fishing tourney stuff, like all that stuff. So there's still some tickets down here, and I'm kind of thinking I should empty that out. And then obviously I have a ton down here, but imagine going to all that work and then never having to use any of them. That would actually be insane, right? I started in December. I still have some December tickets. And And then, like, I started saving everything else. But imagine getting everything before it's even been a year. Like, that's crazy, you know? But whatever. But yeah, so this is what I've done with this house now. You can see these are all the island furniture items on, like, the bottom left corner here. The 11, like, from the treasure chest to the left and down, basically. And then this NES game, the ukulele in front of me. So, like, that's all set up. Then there's, like, the few jingle things I have here. And again, I only have 5 unique jingle furniture items, right? Like, we got 2 tables. There's a table downstairs. We got 2 pianos. We got 2 sofas. We got 3 shelves and 1 chair. So if I get a similar thing, but with the other items I didn't get this year, then I should be able to complete the series. But I am still worried about this, because you can only get 10. And that's not great. Also, I guess I can also mention that I moved the 2 Aloha shirts from the island downstairs, right? Like, we have all of Gracie's shirts here, so I figured, yeah, let's just put those 2 there too. And then we have all of, like, Wendell and Sahara stuff in those. So, yeah, I mean, I did a lot of organizing last week, so I'm really happy about that, and I moved a bunch of stuff. But it still needs more work. And then here I have, like, 2 station models, but I'm going to put those in the 3rd character's house. And then we have a bunch of extra, like, Gulliver stuff that I don't think needs to be here. So I'm still trying to, like, map everything out and figure it out. The harvest furniture is going to go, like, up here. So that'll be in a couple weeks. But yeah, I'm definitely making moves. Because, like, ideally, I get 100k HRA points before the 1 year mark. Because then I get the house model and, like, the manor model. So I got really close to hitting 70k, but then I took a bunch of furniture out. So, like, that's not going to happen now. So we'll see. We will see. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's it for me. So that's like an hour and 36. So I did finish turnips in under an hour and a half, or about an hour and a half, probably. And yeah, no Gulliver today. There's nothing new in the store. We got the spike. Sold all that stuff off. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a little bit of fishing, see if I can get a couple, like, large bass ahead of time. It's probably, like, worse spawn rates, but the idea of doing that after turnips is, like, not great. So I'd rather see what I can get in, like, 15 minutes on a random stream instead of, like, going for 40 minutes after buying turnips for hours. Anyway, it's been fun. It's good to chat and catch up again. I'll be back tomorrow, probably around the same time in the morning, to deal with Gracie and maybe do a little bit of fishing and all that other stuff. And yeah, and then I guess we'll see who the next visitor is if I remember, and they should be here on Thursday. If it was Red, that would be, I guess, like, at this point, yeah, I would like to see Red after Gracie, and then see Gracie again next on Saturday. That would be peak. Gracie twice in 1 week, please. Don't know if that's possible. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.